Duke. "You know," says Lieutenant Woodfield. "Hey my FAL, here you see the thing." "Yes sir," answers Duke. "I can shoot through 2 helmets with it." "Wow. Really?" "Yes," says Woodfield. "And the thing?" "What they gave me," asks Duke. Woodfield says, "Well, you might as well try twice to hit the helmet, that's why there's so much ammo." "Huh." The other men laugh too. "Hey Rambo," someone calls out. The darkness was now all-encompassing. Only the dim glow of the red taillights of the jeep in front of them cut through the darkness. While Marlin and Kleiner had disposed of the bodies, a new situation arose. The radio message was still echoing in their heads. "Positive. Obstacle removed. Positive. We can move on, folks." The crackling of the radio faded away. The soldiers all looked at each other and thought that they could now pack up. "Hey Rambo," says one. "You can in the car." Woodfield also gets into the car, and the convoy started moving again. The route to the crash site was eerie, the silence oppressive. Apart from the quiet hum of the engines and the occasional crunch of gravel under the tires, nothing could be heard. There were only 5 men in front and 6 behind them, alone in the wilderness of the dead city, a concrete jungle in the middle of Paris, very far from the military camps. So there was only the convoy, while the rest of their unit remained kilometers away in the base. By the boys of Dubois and the others, Gaston and Wingate are wide awake. "Third soldier, Serge, it's already very dark. Shouldn't we call for more people? In case." "Sergeant, we are enough. These onboard machine guns are enough." The third car and the French soldiers, they are Sergeant Aaron, Hubert, O'Denny, Laurent, and Noffy, and one in the tower called Leroy. "Third soldier, still, Serge, it's getting really scary. We're practically on our own out here." "Dubois, don't worry, there are enough of us. A convoy of 28 men. And 3 vehicles with 2 more following behind the others. Who wants to scare you? Sergeant, stop worrying. We have a mission and we will accomplish it, with or without backup." Silence. Only the monotonous roar of the engines. Then suddenly red brake lights again. The jeep in front stopped. "The British in front are making a stop," Colonel Woodfield quietly over the radio. "We're going to smoke a few cigarettes and then move on, folks." Sergeant Aaron, "Okay, anyone who needs a break can get out now." The third soldier didn't need to be asked twice. He jumped out of the car, grabbed his pack of cigarettes and moved away from the group. The focus now on the Frenchman in the back row of Sergeant Aaron. They all get out. It is Noffy, who wants to get some fresh air, an Afro-Frenchman. He wanted to get some fresh air. As he took a drag on his cigarette, his gaze fell on a nearby subway station. Deserted. Dark. The silence there was even more oppressive than the one surrounding them. Something was drawing him there, an invisible force, a tight feeling in his stomach. He came closer, his boots echoing on the pavement. Noffy was a little scared. Ferdinand Noffy's full name. With every step, the tightness became more noticeable. The air was stale. When he looked at the stairs that led down to the station, he shivered. Blood stains. Dark. Dried. His heart rate increased. A quiet noise. A scratching sound. somewhere down in the darkness. "Oh Jesus Christ," he whispered. He held his breath. The sweat on his forehead suddenly felt cold. He slowly drew his weapon, his thumb nervously stroking the safety lever. Another noise. Louder this time. A scraping sound. Then a dull knock. His eyes widened. He wanted to go back, but something held him back. An irrational urge to see what was lurking down there. His gaze wandered further down the stairs. Shadows. Movement. Then, a deep, rumbling sound. Not an animal. Not a human. His heart was racing. His fingers were shaking around the trigger. And then he saw it. He goes down and down the escalators of the station. He sees someone sitting in the dark and does something strange. He hears someone making strange noises. It sounds very sick. When he looks at it with the infrared device, he sees a man sitting in front of something bleeding and somehow. Well, the soldier is so panicked that he retreats and moves away from the area undetected. He feels a tingling shiver running down his neck and his back and goosebumps forming. He is in shock. When he goes back to his people, they don't notice what's wrong with him. Second soldier Ogbini, "Hey man, what's wrong with you? You look like you've seen a ghost, man. You know, in the meantime I've got myself a shot of whiskey." He coughs and speaks with an intoxicated voice. "Hey, what did you see there? Answer, you loser, hey?" Ogbini says to him. He is still very shocked by the sight of this figure in the dark. The other men in the middle vehicle are slowly becoming aware of it, because the Brits have also come to the others nearby to have a look. They see it too. Woodfield radios and says, "Hey, be on alert, something is wrong, I can tell." Duke stands behind the Land Rover snatch with the HK-21 MG and looks in the direction of the others. They are about 50 meters away and are also alert, while Woodfield goes back to his men's car and makes hand signals with his hands to warn the others, like both pointing fingers to eyes. It means be alert. Duke shakes his head and aims again with the iron sight of the HK-21. Wingate says, "What are they doing for so long? It can't be true. Hey, guys, look, something's going on." Wingate comes out of the car and also looks. The drunk man becomes restless and decides to head off to see where one of them came from. Aaron and the other men become restless. The other soldiers also notice a commotion and shouting, and they look out of the Humvee. It is Du Bois' troops. Wingate gets out and looks. Movy in a loud, frightened voice, "Hey man, don't go there." The drunk is talking loudly. "What did you see there? Tell me." "Hi. Come on." The second one speaks so quietly that he can no longer hear him because of his drunken intoxication. He says in a very frightening voice, "It's Movy. Hey man, stop it. You're making a huge mistake. Stop it." When Ogbini, full name Amar Ogbini, makes his way down there, the drunk gets louder and louder, and finally he shouts, "Come out, you anchor! Who are you trying to scare?" The shocked soldier standing behind him draws and loads his rifle. Movy loads his rifle and is totally scared, while the other men walk there slowly but carefully in the dark. He seems so scared that he is sobbing and crying. Movy is getting all the attention, but Ogbini is making it even worse. Du Bois looks into the distance with the palm of his hand over his gaze. It's 120 meters and they can see everything. Du Bois, "Hey, be ready, I'm telling you." Gaston takes his weapon, the M4, and straps it on ready. Fuck. Fuck. Fuck, he says, when Gate is also ready in front of the car. Suddenly, more soldiers arrive because of all the noise the other French are making. They don't hesitate for long and get ready for any eventuality. Sergeant, what the hell is going on here and why is he screaming? What's going on here? Is he drunk again or what? You hear screaming that echoes in the background. You hear a group of people running on their way. They make inhuman noises, as if they were possessed by something. There are footsteps clattering on the stairs and it sounds scary and threatening. Nofi's eyes are wide open. And Omar's too. Omar, go away from there, please, shout Nofi. Omar listens. He panics and runs away from there. The drunk Omar has now run 30 meters away without a weapon and is babbling oh shit and wiping his forehead clean, out of fear. When the drunk does not stop talking loudly, he is the one at the front without a weapon in his hand, only with a cigarette. Since the situation seems to be very tense and everyone is on alert, the other people in front of them have been picked up from their crew cars, and have formed a line. Colonel, watch out for them. The shadows of the creatures are rising from the lower stairwell of the subway station, screaming and groaning, especially the clapping noises of some. The very inhuman running noises can be heard above the stairs. They see the creatures covered in blood, running towards them as if they were chasing them. Attention walkers, shouts one and fires several volleys. He hits several of these creatures, they gape immediately. Nofi is winking but also fires off. The drunk man in front takes cover on his stomach, pulls his gun from his holster and curses, "Come here you stupid zombies." It's Omar. He also shoots down several of these creatures. Du Bois shoots many down. Also Woodfield, who could hardly wait for it, like for a birthday present. He was so happy to finally shoot some of these creatures. He shot almost every second zombie in the head. And this powerful FNFAL shot half of the head straight away. After the whole commotion has lasted half a minute, and there are already a lot of dead people lying on the ground in front of them, around 50 people, and a pile of smoking cartridge cases, there is a ceasefire, because none of these creatures are coming towards them anymore. Only a few twitch and get up again. The people disappear from the square. Shots are fired again and again. They echo through the streets of this area. Now it is clear, and everyone knows that they are zombies. Tactically they take cover, as if they were in a war, and retreat to their personnel carriers. The night is lit up by the whole commotion. Some zombies come running from many corners, and are shot down by the on-board machine guns of the NATO soldiers shot. These men are trained to hit everything so quickly and precisely, even in panic, because some were already practiced through missions abroad. Colonel Du Bois speaks to everyone without a radio operator. "We have to get out of here quickly. There are many more of them coming. What a mess." A British soldier shouts, "It's Price." He fires and saw 80 from the roof. But he has to reload and ducks down. The British vehicle stood abandoned amidst the rubble. The hood was full of steaming cartridge cases, littering the armor. Duke crouched behind the steel body, his hands tightly wrapped around the machine gun. His breathing was rapid, his eyes scanning the chaos in front of him. The undead streamed in a mass of rotting flesh, greedy eyes and greedy hands. Duke pulled the trigger. The machine gun roared and the first rows of creatures fell to the ground in bloody shreds. But there were too many. Damn bastards! Duke screamed. But when it was too late, someone dragged him inside. It was Roy. He dragged him from the door to the side of the car. No chance, they'll all die, flickered Roy. What are you doing? We have to help them, screamed Duke. Just be quiet. And shut up, roared Roy. Roy alias Alice Rochester, a woman with long red hair, a pretty Scottish woman with freckles typical of the place. As Duke alias Terry Jr., Duke Enfield. Also a very English person. But from the north of England, he has brown hair and green eyes. Duke. Everything's okay, says Roy. She looks at him. He has a blood wound, probably a splinter from a weapon or an impact. He is breathing very fast. Roy. Where is Marlon? Hi. He's breathing like he's about to die. She turns on the flashlight. Meanwhile, something worse happens outside the town, in front of the Land Rover Snatch model name. It's Colonel Woodfield. He's charging forward as if he were mad or cocky. But he's firing with his funny rifle, which is very manly, looks like an FN-FO with two drum mags. He shoots half of almost every zombie's head off. You little whores. Come and suck my balls. Ugh. Scream. Woodfield. He fires in single fire. Paw. Paw. He fires so fast that his face is lit up by the muzzle of the long FAL rifle. But he shoots so many down. He shot down about 29 zombies. Woodfield charged forward, his FAL rifle at the ready. He was in front of the Land Rover Jeep, about 5 meters away. Marlon? Is that you? Marlon, who was supposed to get rid of the body, came running at high speed. Hey Marlon! Stop, you bum! Shouted Woodfield. But when Woodfield wanted to fire, the roof gunner Price did it. Alias Thomas Price from Wales. He fired Marlon in the head, right in the eye. As soon as Woodfield, wiping away the stains Marlon did with his backhand. Hey! You asshole! He yelled. Why in the eye? Hey! Woodfield yelled. Everything's okay, Serge called Price. Okay. Come on. We have to. Woodfield tried to get up again. When then, he fell forward, the rifle slipping from his hands. Duke saw Woodfield trying to get up, but it was too late. A scream. It seemed as if his foot got caught on a loose stone slab. But it was Marlon who pulled on his leg and brought him to the ground. Then other zombies ran after him. Behind Woodfield. New. Ugh, screamed Woodfield. Fuck. New. Siarg. Oh shit. Fuck. At Woodfield, the first corpse grabbed him by the shoulder, then the next. Hands tore at his uniform, at his skin. Woodfield's screams turned into a panicked gurgle, as teeth bit into his flesh. Woodfield. Price continued firing, but it was hopeless. His comrade disappeared under the wave of torsos and arms. One last, horrified look, then he was gone. Price clenched his teeth and pulled the trigger again. The world sank into the noise of the volleys and Woodfield's screams, which grew quieter with each passing moment. Price shot at the zombies, but his magazine jammed. He ducked quickly. While Duke was being lit by Roy's neck to remove the shrapnel, he quickly looked outside. "Fuck!" he whispered. "They're all dead." Price screamed and said, "We have to get out of here fast." She shone the flashlight into his green eyes and he looked back at her. Price interrupted the moment and drove the car away. "We're all dying." "Shit. Get out of here."